If you just joined us on the System After Dark, this is a homegrown number courtesy of E3 and Cracker.
Bulla, how's it going? I'm D, your host on the System After Dark, right here on Today FM. Today's hit music. You can catch me weeknights at 7 p.m. That's from Monday to Friday, only on the home of Today's hit music. And don't forget, that's D with you every weeknight on the System After Dark.
Good evening, this is FBC News. I'm Akosita Tale. In this bulletin, lucky escape for truck driver but no sympathy from the public. Companies bill passed in Parliament to take economy to new heights. And Sodelpa tells supporters they couldn't do much about suspended MP. The driver of a delivery truck is counting his lucky stars after a horrific accident in Lomoloma, Lautoka today. The truck was on its way to retailers in Lautoka to deliver ice cream when the accident occurred. Chanel Sivan reports.
An unusual scene for commuters on this busy section of the Queen's Road at Lomolomo bypass. Early this morning, this six-wheeler delivery truck went off the road and overturned. The impact of the crash saw the cargo side of the truck ripped open. While police and fire authorities were trying to clear the road, members of the public helped themselves to the goods of the truck. Police spokesperson Inspector Tunaisa Sokomori says it is alleged the driver fell off to sleep and the truck veered off the road. Sokomori says the driver was treated for injuries at the Lautoka hospital and allowed to go home. The truck has been taken to Lautoka police station for inspection as police continue the investigation. Chanel Shivan, SBC News.
The company's bill has been passed without any opposition in Parliament. The report by the Standing Committee on Justice, Human Rights and Law and about 60-odd amendments were presented in Parliament yesterday. Maggie Boyle with the story.
It took 3 months and more than 25 public submissions, both oral and written. The company's bill is the largest piece of legislation to be reviewed, and today the government MPs voted in the affirmative for 46 sections across 752 clauses. Standing Committee Chairman Ashnil Sudhakar says the bill should be applauded for being modern and progressive and is expected to drive the Fijian economy to new heights. To this end, Sudhakar says they have not shied away from severe penalties.
The committee decided that where the elements of fraud and fraudulent conduct of directors are involved, we up the bill. We increase the sentences from 1 year to 3 years, and that is basically to deter directors not from joining companies but from engaging into conduct of fraud or fraudulent activities.
On the contentious issue of financial disclosure for private companies, he says the committee has stood their ground.
To balance the public policy with the confidentiality issues. Private companies, of course, do not like to disclose their financials to public, but the public policy dictates that they should know whom they are dealing with, what sort of companies they are dealing with, and there was one tweaking made, which was picked up by the committee, was that accounts submitted by private companies would stay with the registrar and would not be disclosed. There was no powers to disclose those accounts. We have amended that and we have given the registrar powers to disclose those accounts on request.
While the bill was passed unanimously, the legislation will not become effective until after a public awareness program is conducted about just how the new bill will change the face of doing business in Fiji. Maggie Boyle, FBC News.
Social Democratic Liberal Party MP Mikaele Lewere has told a constituency meeting in Suva last night that the slur used by Ratu Nainga Malalamalavu against the Speaker of Parliament was not directed towards her. He also says the meaning of the word that Ratu Naingama used was changed when it was translated into English. Leawere made the comments at the party's first meeting with the public last night since Ratu Naingama's suspension from Parliament on Thursday. Ratu Naingama, who was listed as one of the speakers at the meeting at G2 Estate, did not attend it. However, other Sodelpa MP Salote Randrondo and Ro Kini Viliame Kiliraki spoke at the meeting.
Okay. The
problem was that Tuidakau uttered the slur in Itoke, and the whole meaning was totally taken out of context when it was translated to English. So that's the result. Tuidakau has been suspended for 2 years and we can't do anything about it. But what we can do now is just hold meetings like this and talk about issues that still affect the country.
Fiji Airways' new direct flights to Wellington will begin from next month. The airline is confident of the new route, saying they are only responding to demand. Ritika Pratap reports.
Fiji Airways has signed a partnership venture with the Wellington Airport that will see the new service beginning on the 25th of next month.
This new route reflects, and we're able to do it because of the strong performance we've seen in terms of Fiji Airways delivering an innovative product to our customers and making record profits. That's both globally and in the New Zealand market.
The new year-round service will allow Wellingtonians to escape twice a week to Fiji from next month.
It helps us to grow our network, adding a new destination, and in this way stimulate and bring more visitors to Fiji to support the economy and to support tourism.
Wellington Airport Chief Executive Steve Sanderson says more people will choose Fiji as a travel destination due to direct flights, as it will stimulate demand and create new markets.
It actually also offers onwards to Los Angeles as well, which really does interest a lot of the high business people and political people in Wellington. It is the capital of our country, so we do see some benefits from those connections as well.
The direct flight will be serviced by the Boeing 737-800 aircraft and will depart Fiji on Thursdays and Sundays in the morning and leave Wellington at lunchtime. There will be year-round 17 services a week and increased flights during the peak holiday period. Ritika Pratap, FBC News.
Japan's Prime Minister Shinzo Abe and leaders from Pacific Islands have visited a coastal community hit by the March 2011 tsunami. The leaders, including Prime Minister Vorenge Bainimarama, visited the community in Iwaki City, Fukushima Prefecture yesterday. About 100 people in the community died in the tsunami. They saw work to fix an embankment and were briefed by Mayor Toshio Shimizu on progress in post-disaster reconstruction. Leaders from Japan and Pacific Island countries, including Fiji, tasted local specialties in Fukushima Prefecture, northeastern Japan. The Pacific Islands leaders meeting is being held in Iwaki City. Ali Kibia reports.
Japan's Prime Minister Shinzo Abe and leaders of 16 Pacific countries are taking part in the summit. Governor Masao Uchibori said at a lunch yesterday that it's significant for the prefecture to host the summit to share lessons from the March 2011 disaster in northeastern Japan. He said he hopes to show that disaster-hit communities are steadily making progress towards restoration. President Tomi Remengesau of Palau, which is co-chairing the summit with Japan, said the way people in Fukushima coped with the aftermath of the earthquake, tsunami and nuclear plant accident impressed people around the world. He said he hopes to coordinate policies with Japan on disaster prevention. Dishes served at the lunch were made with locally harvested rice, squid and fish. The prefecture is struggling to dispel rumors and concerns about safety of local produce. Local farming and fishing have yet to fully resume due to contamination from the nuclear accident. Abe and his wife hosted a dinner for the summit participants last night. Ali Kimbia, FBC News.
Coming up, Department of Culture works with Rotuman community to revive and preserve Rotuman culture.
छू छू छू। हे नमस्ते फीजी, आपके हर एक प्रॉब्लम की दवा लेकर मैं आ गई हूँ 9 से 12 बजे तक आपकी सहेली रेनू। छू छू छू। 40 में 20 का दिखना है। मैं हूँ ना आपके साथ में मिर्ची एफएम पर 9 से 12 बजे तक मंडे टू फ्राइडे। मिर्ची, इट्स हॉट।
Welcome back. The Fiji Rotuma Association has plans to build a cultural center in Suva. This is part of the association's efforts to revive and maintain Rotuman traditional culture following its listing with the UN as an endangered culture. Savera Tamboa has more.
The annual Rotuma Day is an opportunity to showcase the traditional dances of the Rotuman population and to keep their culture alive. Fiji Rotuma Association Chairman Pasirio Furivai says there is a concern that their culture is dying.
One of the reasons would be that many of the families that live away from the island speaking in other languages, not only English but other languages.
Rako Pacifica was established in 2006 and is a learning institution for young Rotumans who are interested in knowing their own traditional culture way of life. Rako Artistic Director Letila Mitchell says it's more acceptable that species are known to be endangered, but for culture, it's very hard to accept.
With Rako, some of them are in full-time employment, and so we live our culture every day. We make a living from our skills, and so that's been an important way of helping them to want to know their culture. So for them, it's relevant.
Hearing about it still scares me a bit.
It's really sad because our young people nowadays need to learn our culture. It's really important that we know our culture.
The Department of Heritage and Culture is helping the association protect the culture and traditional knowledge.
We have been working tirelessly with the curriculum unit of the Ministry of Education to facilitate the mainstreaming of culture, Rotuman culture and traditions into the national curriculum. And this has been successful, and we're still continuing to facilitate this important transition.
The population of Rotuma is about 2,000. There are about 8,000 more living on mainland Fiji and around the world, taking the total population to be about 10,000. Sabera Tambua, FBC News.
The contractor's Fulton Hogan Highways company is restoring access to the village of Namuamua in the interior of Namosi. The small Dalo farming community recently lost all road access after heavy rains caused damage to an existing smaller slip on the Namuamua road. Fulton Hogan Highways project technician Amini Sitaida Wilati says that if the weather is favorable, the project will be completed in 3 weeks' time. Australia's favorite pizza franchise is now back in the country almost a decade after it first opened here for business. The Eagle Boys Pizza restaurant in Suva has been drawing full house since its opening this week. Ritika Pratap reports.
The new restaurant is located at Damodar City, one of the busiest spots in Suva. The operators have invested $500,000 in the business.
Their products have gone from the old-fashioned chunky, thick, crusty bases to a nice light, thin and crispy, a bit more healthy, but with really premium ingredients on the top of it.
The company first opened in Valilevu Nasinu in 2004 under another management. This time, it's under new management, the Patel family who own and operate the New World chain of supermarkets.
So it becomes a destination place for consumers to come in rather than just having one choice. So, you know, they come out to Damodar City for shopping, for other things, for movies, for pharmacy, grocery, banking. So it becomes a one-stop shop.
It's really lots of flavor, and the sauce is really tasty, and the crust is thin, which it should be on pizza. So yeah,
really good pizza. Tanya Patel, she has an Instagram, and they had a test tasting for pizza, and we were kind of like have high expectations for this place, so we're coming to try it out.
Eagle Boys Pizza Fiji plans to open 7 stores around the country. Ritika Pratap, FBC News.
Wow's Kids Fiji, with the help of Shop and Save Athletics Fiji, has made today a May to Remember for children with cancer. Julie Vatuwaliwali with the story.
The weather was kind today for children with cancer who are part of the Walk On, Walk Strong support group as they played outdoors to their heart's content.
The main important thing is participation. So that is the benefit for both of us. And from outside Fiji Athletics, we have the hope that one day, one of these children from WOWS, if they survive the cancer, they may one day become a champion in athletics. And it starts from this program.
Games were organized for everyone to participate in and have lots of fun.
Well, it's an interesting program that I visionable about all years that I would like to have a family that cares about me.
I'm really happy to be here. It's been a great experience to meet my friends again.
The children's parents were grateful for today's outing.
I really enjoyed being here today because it's good for my son. He's very happy to be here as it makes him forget the fact that he has cancer and live life as a normal child does.
Whatever our kids organize, he always enjoy himself over here. And we always, every month we come and join them.
WOWS Fiji organizes such activities regularly for the children as a way of encouraging them to enjoy their lives despite their medical diagnoses. Julie Vatuwaliwali, FBC News.
Models turned up at the Broadcasting House in Suva for Project Chechimon Model Search Audition. Project Chechimon is a model and fashion award that has evolved from the successful TV show and is expected to benefit aspiring models. Coordinator Andy Blake says the designer and model of the year will win a return trip to New Zealand.
I know that we have a lot of undiscovered talent in Fiji when it comes to fashion. So, it'll be great if we found someone that could go and also work internationally and do great things so that they kind of put Fiji on the international map. We had Philippa Steele, who was discovered in 2013, now FBC Model Search. So this year we're trying to find someone else that'll go to, maybe New York or London this time and be able to carry Fiji's flag on the international modeling circuit.
The Fashion Awards will be held at FBC in Suva on 4th July. In sports news, Suva Rugby starts its campaign on a high with a win over Tavua. Lambasa and Suva held to a 0-0 draw in Rewa Galaxy Premier League.
देश की धड़कन रेडियो फीजी 2 का ये प्रसारण आपके लिए कार्यक्रम में आपका स्वागत हम कर रहे हैं। याद दिलाते हैं अभी से लेकर रात 12 तक यह सिलसिला हमारा और आपका चलता रहेगा। दृष्टिकोण में आपका हम स्वागत कर रहे हैं। दृष्टिकोण के तुरंत बाद आगे बढ़ते हैं कार्यक्रम में। इधर कहते हैं कि गहरी थी रात लेकिन हम सोए नहीं, गहरी थी रात लेकिन हम सोए नहीं, दर्द बहुत था दिल में पर हम रोए नहीं, कोई नहीं हमारा जो पूछे हमसे, जाग रहे हो किसके लिए या किसी के लिए सोए नहीं। याद दिला दें गीत संगीत का तकाजा आपके लिए रात 12 तक आपको हम सोने नहीं देंगे। महकती रातें हर सोमवार से लेकर शुक्रवार तक रात 7 से लेकर 12 के बीच रेडियो फीजी 2 देश की धड़कन पर रविंद्र सिंह के साथ।
Welcome back. The Naitasiri rugby team created a major upset in the first match of the 2015 Skipper Cup competition with a 16-13 win over defending champions Nanronga. The Highlanders dominated in the forwards as handling errors cost the Stallions the match yesterday. Meanwhile, Suva started their campaign on a high with a 54-10 victory over Tavua at the ANZ Stadium today. The capital city side led 26-10 at the break. In other matches played today, Namosi defeated Lautoka 17-10, Northland beat Vatukola 25-8, Overlau beat Maduata 28-6, while Nandi beat Tailevu 32-12. The TFL Fiji Under-7s team will play Netherlands in the Bowl semi-final after failing to win any of their pool matches at the Amsterdam Sevens. New Zealand has been crowned the series champions, while Australia and Canada have also qualified for the Rio Olympics. In the Cup quarterfinals, Australia faces Russia, England takes on New Zealand, Spain faces USA, while Canada will play France. The Naitasiri Rugby Union Samabula Zone local competition was held at Ramlakan Park in Suva today. The third round of games was played as players continued to push for a spot in the provincial team. Police defeated Kaite Green 14-8, while Kaite Blues defeated Kaidolo Ragas 24-6. Meanwhile, a trophy challenge knockout competition will be held at the same venue next Saturday. Local netball clubs have raised the standard of their performance at the Lautoka Association Netball Knockout Tournament. The competition began with a great turnout from teams today. Josephina Vula has the details.
Netball players from as young as 12 years old came out in numbers to participate for their teams on the first day of the knockout tournament. Organizers were impressed.
This year we are trying to concentrate on bringing the under 12, like the primary schools, girls, the netball players, just to get them going on now on netball field.
The tournament is set up to encourage youngsters to showcase their talents.
Our main purpose for our knockout, or even our games today, is to recreation for the girls on Saturdays. Like we try to engage them in playing netball.
Lautoka Association Netball Knockout Tournament also aims to continue fielding players for the national team to international competition. 15 teams will continue to participate in the second round of competition at the multi-purpose court in Lautoka next week. Josephina Vula, FBC Sports.
The Lambasa football side was held to a 0-0 draw by Suva in the Rewa Galaxy Premier League at Subril Park in Lambasa today. Both teams tried hard, but their goalkeepers turned out to be the stars of the day, making some crucial saves to avoid any goals being scored against them. In the matches played yesterday, Rewa defeated Tailevuneta Siri 1-0, while Lautoka and Ba played to a 3-3 draw. Ba will host Tailevuneta Siri at 3 p.m. tomorrow, while Jacks Nandi takes on Nandrongai at Prince Charles Park in Nandi. The Maris Volleyball Association of Suva organized a build-up tournament in preparation for the inaugural Maris Volleyball Tournament next month. A large number of teams turned up, indicating how serious the association is about this year's competition. Another build-up tournament will be held on the 16th of June in Nandi. The 8th Maris Volleyball competition will be held in Suva on the 26th and 27th of next month. Fine and cool conditions were experienced over most parts of the country today. A trough of low pressure lies slow moving over the southern parts of Solomon Islands and extends eastwards over Tuvalu, southeast over Samoa and east of southern Cooks. Maximum temperatures reached 27, 28, 29 and 30 degrees. The lowest temperature of 15 degrees was recorded in the Western Division. Tomorrow is going to be fine apart from brief showers over the eastern parts and interior of the larger islands. Expect another cool night. Fine apart from brief showers over the eastern parts and interior of the larger islands, and forecast for Monday, cool at night. And the main points again: lucky escape for driver whose truck veered off the road and overturned at Lomolomo in Lautoka. The company's bill passed in Parliament is expected to drive the economy to new heights, and Fiji Airways' new direct flights to Wellington will begin from next month. And to our poll question this week, we are asking, should nightclub opening hours be reviewed? Visit our FBC website to take part. Remember, you can send us newsworthy pictures and videos on email citizenseyes@fbc.com.fj or share it with us via our Facebook page FBC News, or if you're on Twitter, follow and tweet us your news tips at FBC News or simply #FBC News. You've been watching FBC News. I'm Fbctv. Good night.